So you're tired of renting and you've done the math, and if you rent for one more year, you'll be giving your landlord another $18,000. But you keep hearing people talk about how there's a lack of inventory and it's a bad time to buy, but you don't really know what that means. Well, okay, I'm gonna shed some light on this mystery and give you the scoop. Hi, my name is Jess Powers. I'm a real estate agent and I work with buyers and sellers throughout Rhode Island. So let's jump right in. So first, you need to understand what's going on in the market right now. When you hear people complaining about how there's a lack of inventory, they mean there's just not enough people selling their house compared with the number of people that want to buy a house. Now, in fact, here in Rhode Island, the number of homes that are for sale right now is 60% less than what we had this time last year. That's a huge reduction in what's available. So what happened? Well, I could seriously nerd out about this for a few hours, starting with there was a drastic reduction of homes built in 2007, that current lack of tradesmen that stems from that crash, plus the current cost of lumber, which doubled last year, and I could go on. But really, you actually don't need to know all of that. So the super short version is that it's been a confluence of pent-up demand, and the pandemic really pushed it over the edge. And it's an issue that people are feeling here in Rhode Island, but also really in just about every other market from Boston to LA. People just aren't selling, and with the interest rates at historic lows, buyers are willing to pay more for homes right now, which is pushing prices up. It's been a seller's market in most areas for about the past 4 years, but there's especially high demand right now. So let's get back to your question. Should you buy right now or should you wait? Well, here's the thing. It really comes down to the numbers and your priorities. So answer these questions. First, how long do you plan to stay in the area? If you're planning to stay here really about longer than a couple years, well, then it may make sense for you to own rather than spending thousands of dollars to pay your landlord's mortgage, especially if you pay more than $1,700 a month. I have clients right now who are under contract to buy a really great house for $260,000. They're doing a 5% down payment. Their monthly mortgage is going to be around $1,400 a month. That makes sense for them. It's actually going to be less than what they pay for rent. Plus, their dog is going to have a really great yard. Here's another question. Do you already have about $10,000 in your savings account that you could use for a down payment or the ability to save that much over the next year? Well, then it may make sense for you to talk to a mortgage lender to see if you'd be able to get approved. You just got to understand it's really unlikely that what's happening in the market right now is going to change anytime soon or even within the next few years. So if you wait until next year or the year after, it's likely to be a similar situation, but with higher interest rates. And you'll have spent another 2 years paying rent. What's the math on that? The best time to buy is when you're ready. And if you are, the pieces are going to fall together. Now, I hustle every day for my clients. That's why I get offers accepted and continue to have success every year. Now, if you want to buy a house, well, I'll help you find the right house. Interested in learning more about the market and the home buying process? Well, reach out. I'm always here to help. My contact info is below. I'm happy to chat. If you'd like to talk to a lender to get that ball rolling, well, I'm happy to connect you to my preferred lender partners. Just reach out.